Good morning. Good morning. It is 2:33 a.m. It's Thursday, May 21st, 2020. I am on my way to the gym right now. I am, let me tell you what kind of person I am. I am one of those people, I'm not always plotting, but I am always thinking. I'm always trying to figure it out. I've always believed that there was a higher purpose, calling. I always believed that I was here for a reason. I never believed that we're just here to exist. Rather, that reason is just to, my family, just like a lot of other people's family, is not the most functional one. And I ain't talking about just the ones inside my house. I'm talking about overall. You got the cousin who, is a drug dealer. You got the other cousin who have babies by a bunch of different men. You got the other one talk about everybody. You got the other one that tell the truth when they all together. Then you got the other one that just stays distant. Regular Tyler Perry movie. You got a family like that. It's nothing unusual. It's everybody family. So whether my job is to try to pull that together as close as possible, be the example to show that we can be bigger and we can rise out of these situations, because there's been families that did it right. Look at the Kennedys, even though they're dying, right? So to think it's not possible, well, that's not true. But needless to say, I always believe that there's a purpose. And when you believe that there's a purpose, you operate from a completely different position than almost everybody around you. And the kind of person I am is I'm always thinking. And I'd say once a day, if you ever run into my wife, ask her, how many times a day does Germaine say he got this thing called life figured out? She'd say 2 or 3 times. But for as much as you think you have life figured out, it will throw you a curveball. And when it does, you have to have the resilience, the fortitude, the tenacity. That's a word that people would always use with me. You got tenacity. I'd be like, what? I had to look it up one day. I'd heard it so many times, I had to look it up. You got tenacity. You have to have all those things to be able to come back. And I'll tell you the most difficult thing when you're in the pursuit of something that you don't know when or how it will happen, but you just feel in your heart is your destiny. The hardest thing that will knock you off your track, that will knock you off your pace, is to have your head down, going all in, to lift your head up to find out you might just be in last place in this race. That's so devastating. To be able to come back from something like that is so devastating. But I'll tell you something. Not only can you come back, but that's where that resilience and that tenacity kick in more than ever. Because you have to know that it's possible and that you can do anything. And if you can think like that, and you can get your head back in the game. I've watched games with Michael Jordan where I've seen him look like this is not going the way I want, and then come back out and play the game of his life, because everything that appears to be reality ain't exactly what it seems. And that's where you have to say, I've seen this before, I've dealt with this before, I am more than a conqueror.